Part of managing an apiary is to manage the pest problems that occur in the beehives. And today here in Florida at the Kowalski apiary, we are treating the bees for Varroa mites. So come along. Hey friends, it's Barbara, Sue, and Philip at Kowalski Mountain, and welcome back to our channel. Well, we are here at the Florida apiary and we are treating the bees for Varroa mites. Now right now Philip is just getting started on his hive inspection, and this first hive is not looking so good. There's not a lot of activity out the front,
They're reducing their numbers.
They're really low on numbers, and he's confirmed that there is a queen cup with an egg. So it looks like the bees are looking at replacing their queen if they haven't already lost her.
So here what we've done is we do several experiments, try to figure out what's going to best work for us. This one we've gone with the 2 deeps and a medium. This way, if I wanted to split a hive, I could take a whole box, shift it, put a queen in it, and be ready to go. And we do have several clients that have colonies that are looking for queens here and there, and sometimes they'll look for queens, sometimes they just look for a nuke. So we try to keep a few of those on hand as well as an extra queen for us, which in one of our smaller boxes, that's all we have, is just enough frames in there to keep her going and keep moving. I will tell you that the most difficult part is really not having the hives right at the house, right outside the door. Throw on your jacket and go tend to them. It's been a little more difficult trying to get to the other location and take care of them as often as we need to, which is kind of makes a lot of sense why the commercial guys do what they do. It's just plain Jane, same across the board. So here we've got some decent numbers in this box, but I really don't have the numbers enough to put the other deep back on. But I can put the other medium back on there, or just take them both off, shake the bees down, and leave it like it is. However, there are plenty of resources in this other deep box. I'm going to go in here and see if I can't locate the queen, and then check on the resources. If I have what I need in here, then that would be a better option. They have less area to defend, and us going into the dearth, they're minimizing their numbers as it is. So I don't need to give them more space than they can actually defend. Some guys will walk up to the hive and go, they'll lift it and they'll know whether it's active or not active. You can actually hear by tapping the side of it. If it's got a little hollow, you know a lot of your frames are pretty light.
Now it's already hot here in Florida. It is currently 86 degrees with a heat index of 100 degrees. So you can imagine how comfortable these bee jackets are today. Now this year we are treating our bees with Apiguard. Now if you've watched our videos in the past, we've used different mite treatments, and that's because we rotate our mite treatments so that our bees do not get accustomed to them, or I should say, so our mites don't get accustomed to them and are resistant to treatment.
What I'm tempted to do is if I don't find the queen, I'm going to go ahead and take this whole box, go ahead and install it in here and run with it. These beetles are trying to get the upper hand, and if I give them too much space, they'll end up taking over.
You can definitely see the reduction in numbers. Usually when you pull out a frame like that, it's covered in bees. So that's definitely not what we want to see.
Yeah, there's tons of beetles.
Beetles are another nuisance to the beehives.
Freeloaders.
They like to live inside the comb. What is it that they eat though?
The honey.
They eat the honey, or do they eat the brood?
No, it'd be the honey. That's a free food source for them. Just take up residency. They lay their eggs down in the brood chambers as well. That's pretty decent. Yeah, they lost their queen. I have no brood at all. There's no way. Now what could have happened is the sign of this dearth, they might have found more resources somewhere else and went ahead and swarmed, took the queen, and the other queen just didn't make it, especially this time of year. So keep looking real hard. Oh, we got some brood anyway. We got some drone brood, so that's not the best thing. If that's all I'm seeing, because if that's the case, then I've got a laying worker. And I try not to feed the sugar water back to the bees. I'll end up putting frames in the freezer, and I'll come back and give them their own frames to feed them. Yeah, more than likely I've got a laying worker. I got nothing but drone brood in here. Alright, so I got 5 frames there. I'm almost positive we've got no queen. So I am going to stick this over there. I'm going to take that other frame back out and switch. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Alright. So we're going to make this transition.
You want to say what you're doing?
So I'm going to take this whole box and move them all the way over there. Now we will get some drift back. And I do have a frame over here with a queen cell on it. Not that it's going to do a whole lot of good or anything like that. So my intent is to up that one by putting this whole one in the box. And I'm sweating so much, it's going all right in my eyes. And I also want to confirm that I can find that queen in here, which I'm pretty sure I do. And you know what? I believe the wisest decision is actually take that whole colony and move them down here, because the majority of the harvesters or foragers are out and about. They'll come back here. So let me not mess up. Let me slide that over. Let me go ahead and make room for this one. Put it up on top. Ooh, nice wasp. Ooh, there might be a wasp nest underneath, so maybe it's just the right time to take that box away. These frames are not going to go back in. Grab that tile, put it back over here.
Does it need to be in more? It seems like
slide it in more. So you just match the front, babe. Alright, this should go a little bit smoother. So let's see, there's a couple different ways to do it. This just happens to be the way I'm going to try it this time around. Got the queen right here. Look at that. You want her, catch her now. Right, get to the tip of my knife. And stay focused. Slipping to the other side. Alright, so I'm going to put her... Nope. Do this real fast. put it back in. Now, usually when I combine hives to make them stronger, I'll put more than one colony or two colonies together. It tends to confuse them a little bit and I have a little better success. Sometimes I'm successful this way, sometimes not so much. Good deal. Well, this is the whole reason why I do a small nuke box, in case one of my larger ones decide they change their mind and do something different. Now, here's the other kicker. Look at all the bees I got. Quick. Now, I'm going to take the small nuke box and stick it in here. Not nuke box, medium frame brood box. Put that in here. That'll help contain what I got there and help house the rest of them. We got a lot more numbers, so this will help with a little more confusion and things go smoother, I think. Because they've got some resources in here, which is good. Come on. All right. Now I'll take this thing. I'm going to just bang this. Smoke, smoke. Pushing down in. What's that? Stirring up. Screen bottoms, very helpful. So we're using the Apiguard this trip around. We're trying to rotate so they all don't get used to a different, certain product. We use the Apiguard strips, we use the Apiguard the last time we treated, and then now we're going to try this Apiguard. Now this one here, you can read it per label as to what degrees you can actually utilize it in between your flows. You're going to tear this off, we're going to lay it down on the top, and usually put another box on top. So I don't have another box, we're going to try something different. And see if that'll work. But come back in about 2.5 weeks, pull that off, go ahead and put another one on there for another 2 to 4 weeks. So in a total of 6 weeks, we'll take the thing back out and then we'll take a look and see what kind of bee population we actually have and then go from there. So hopefully we'll get it all done before the next flow. Kind of smells a little like Vaseline. I got a feeling it's just going to be a little high. Put the lid on. Don't need the box, we'll use the cooler, take the frames home, put that back on. Oh, beetle traps. Got a beetle trap in there. Let's hope that. Yeah, it smells a lot like Vaseline.
Where's the oil?
There, the only one you got, honey. It's on. That's back up and up.
Here's this.
Ready? You made it? Got it. Alright. Done. So this one I'm going to put right in that lid like we talked before. See what happens. Could make these things a little more shallow. So on each side of the lid there's a little more gap on one side than the other. Well, this one tends to have quite a big gap. So I'm going to try to utilize that to my advantage. Put it back on. they can crawl up and around, they can go through it. Yep, I'm looking at them, so I'm good there. Not going to disturb them any more than I already have. Done, treated. So my symbols for these bricks, everybody has their own preference. Whenever I put a red brick up on top of here, we are queen right. If I put a white one on here, we're queenless. And then if I have one that has orange on the side of it, is actually my virgin queen, which I spray paint. I'll leave that one on up. And then I know what I got, where I got. Some people use pins, little like long pins, not like a safety pin, but a thumb pin. They put those in the back so they know what's what. This one we went ahead and put a queen in, so we know that we're good to go there. So we're going to go ahead and mark her. Just extra is extra, it doesn't make a difference. Take my... Nah, we're okay. We're not fantastic, but we're okay. So I'm going to leave it like that, turn it over, I'm going to put a strip in there and let it ride. Got a beetle trap?
I filled it.
Let me have another one filled. Alright.
Can the lid go back on?
What?
Lid go back on?
Yes.
Well friends, we're done treating our apiary for Varroa Mites. It's currently 89 degrees with 103 index, and I have to tell you, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded in this suit. As always, we appreciate you watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that button. We'd love for you to be a part of the Kowalski mountain family. We'll see you next time.